Hello, hello. Okay, neat. I am live. So welcome one, welcome all. I am back on this BS again, working on this stuff. VTuber stuff. So hold on to your butts, because we're about to have a very bad time, actually. Because there's a lot of refactoring work to do. But if you're into what's the word? If you are into just regular software development that I am also dogfooding at the same time, then prepare to have a good time, I suppose. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I'm dropping any frames, or did I just like lose connection? Because my bit rate appears to have died. Not really sure what's going on there. Pretty weird. Alright, so let's get check out and put all this stuff on a branch. Well, actually, let's just throw this straight onto master and really screw up everyone's day. Since I think there are 2 people who are more or less working on stuff now, maybe? Not sure. So I really should like put this in a PR. You know what? Check out. Call it prop face tracking. Git add all. Git commit. Add changes for somewhat. Mapping props to face data. There we go. Pushy origin prop face tracking. And then I'll just PR onto my own repository. That sounds really wrong. I'm gonna PR onto my own repository. But it's just for trackability, you know what I'm saying? So, let's see, let's create a pull request. Don't remember what exactly I changed. Okay, so there's the thing. Oh, that's really it, huh? Yeah, I think this does need like a rework, but so we have all the face tracking stuff all in one place, as opposed to whatever I have going on currently, or whatever I currently have going on right now. It's weird how much more wrong that sounds when I say it backwards. And I'm really bad at speaking English today. Anyways, been extraordinarily tired like all day though. Okay, so the biggest thing is that we are going to be updating our stuff to use Godot VRM as opposed to whatever kind of weird thing I have going on. Like, it's not that weird, but it's just that like I overlooked a few fields when I was doing the initial VRM implementation. So it kind of caused like a lot of duplication of information. It didn't kind of cause it, that's absolutely what happened. go here, git check out branch. Well, let's clean up our branches real quick. Git branch, delete prop, face tracking. I guess update Godot VRM needs to be remade. This is a second Godot update VRM branch. So git check out new branch. Godot VRM. Yeah, so I know that a lot of people prefer to have a more structured branch naming scheme. So I see some people, they do like fix slash whatever they're fixing, but I don't really see the points of it as of right now. If there are a lot of contributors, it makes more sense, so you can really easily scroll through. So like, oh, this is a feature, which means it's new, or this is a fix, or whatever. That's when it gets really nice, when you're, working on a big team. But considering it's mostly me, but there is like someone else who has been somewhat contributing, which is nice. Yeah, look at that. Set as default. Seems to work. How nice. I think presets are still broken, so file extension not recognized. File extension not recognized. File extension not recognized. What? What happened? It's not import VRM. Although this one this is exactly what I need to get rid of. Let's see, file extension not recognized is it in model view? No, it's, could be in model view. It's one of these things. Or is it model display? Model display screen. This 100% needs to be refactored. Model, file extension not recognized. So what happened? So it's one of the changes. I'm not sure which one though. Because this didn't used to happen. Model resource path. Alright, let's print it out and then we can debug it from there. Oh. Interesting. So it's in main screen. Main screen has a default somewhere, I think. Is it an app manager? Yeah, okay. I see. Let's check out some master again. Really quick. What's the diff on the project.godot file? I think that's fine. Git commit. So what we're doing here is it's just a bad initial file. Fix initial fix demo model path. Alright. No branch for this one, just commit it straight to master. Alright, now let's go back. The duality of software development. Git check out update git rebase master. Hey. Git check out. And then rebase. Git rebase master. There we go. Reload. Don't really know what changed, but that's fine. So inside of this stuff. Okay, so the hard part here, right, is that I have all the Godot VRM files, and there's actually, what I would really like is if they would finally merge my pull request for Godot 3.0. So I have a pull request open. So merging is blocked, but it totally works. And it has, what's the term? It has a demo. So I'm not sure what the blocker is, but I guess I just don't have time. Other stuff to worry about, etc., etc. So instead of doing the nice, clean way of doing this, which is to use a git submodule, what we're actually gonna do is we'll go into, well, you know what, I'm gonna, all right, I'm gonna pull up this, my repository on GitHub. I'm gonna use that as the original. So there's VRM, pull it onto my other screen. And then we're going to do this. We're going to go into, where is it? We don't need anything in hookshot combat, but everything in Godot VRM should be good to go. VRM project, blah, blah, blah. We don't want that. Actually, what we want is VRM. Pretty much everything in this folder here is what we're going to be using. And then add-ons, delete, and then just send it. Replace in place, and then hopefully it just works. Restart the editor just in case. These kind of things have a tendency to be a little fragile when you just replace everything. Alright, so now I need everything that was inside of import VRM. Or not import VRM, there's actually a new class. So retry, and actually it's inside of, yeah, we don't want import VRM anymore. Now a bunch of things are broken, but that's fine. We'll open up model display screen. Some broken stuff, that's fine. So import VRM, we're no longer using import VRM, we're using, it's like VRM loader. That's the new thing we're using. Yeah. So let's see, we need the path to VRM loader. So let me see, we go to add-ons, VRM loader, copy path. Const VRM loader. Well, let's do this. Let's preload, whatever this is. So that's our VRM loader. And here we can do VRM loader is equal to VRM. You know what? We should actually start doing this kind of syntax, since this is actually representing a file or a class, more or less. You should actually do this. I believe this is fine. And then nothing else changes here, right? So this is all the blend state, blend stuff. Yeah, this is fine. So just insert this, everything is fine. I believe everything else should just work. Besides this stuff, but... Hold on. Model display scene. Stored offsets. I think this is fixed. Model display screen, you're good. So this needs to be reloaded somehow. Oh, feature view. Import VRM. Okay, so we need to do the same thing here. Go to the top. VRM loader. So VRM loader. So we'll replace this. Boom. Let's call this VRM loader. VRM loader. Hopefully this will get merged at some point, so it's no longer like kind of weird, you know? Let's see. Yeah, I think this should be fine. And then stored offsets, you're still here. Stored offsets. Hey. What's your problem? Script error or cyclic dependency. Is this true? Somehow I doubt it. VRM model. So you do need the stored offsets, I think. Because I'm pretty sure I don't store them on the model display screen, right? Do I? Yeah, I don't. I just create them. I suppose I could store the offsets on the screen or actually anywhere else. That's an interesting thing to think about, but let's keep the scope of this pretty limited for now so I don't lose my mind. Let's send it. Yeah, looks fine. Then we can do documents, VRM. Oh. App Manager VR. Oh, because we don't have. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, the entire other thing I need to do, which is bring back the VRM mappings I made. So there's some mappings I don't really need to do. Yeah, so it's right here actually. VRM mappings. So when do I do this? I'm trying to remember. Okay. So VRM mappings equals self.vrm mappings. Interesting. So everything's stored on the VRM mappings. Very nice. Okay, so there's a few things I need to do. What if... I think this is still somewhat tough. Because I still need... 100% I need to grab the expression data. I need to grab the expression data from the model. I can't use the built-in animation player. If only because it's too hard to get everything to move all at once. Or it'd be too hard to automate the creation of like the blend trees. So, these things down here, I actually don't need. I can pull these, those are actually stored or created as a node, so those aren't necessary. It's just this one part. This one part is very difficult. So, okay, so each animation. Okay, so I think I can iterate over the animation player. I think that might work. So animation. So each animation inside of the animation player. Anim track. Wait a minute. An animation player. Wait a minute. So there's an anim and an anim track. An anim track is a track inside of the animation data. Okay. Yeah. Anim is the animation. Anim track is the track. And then I need to get It's going to be getting a little spicy. Animation player. Okay, so animation player, if you do add track, it gives you a handle onto the track. Preset name. And then I need to get the... Oh man. How do you get tracks from an animation player? Get track. Find track. Get track. Track. How do I find? I can get track. I can find. How do you list tracks? Track find. No. Method track. No. Find track. What is find? Does find track work off of the name? Or no, this is on an animation. Hold on. This is the wrong thing to be looking at. So I can look at the animation. So add animation, get animation, gives me an animation. Okay. So whenever we load something, I think what I want to do, right? So whenever we load something, and then the VRM model starts doing its thing, I think maybe we don't even need the VRM mappings, right? Since we already just have them on the model. Perhaps, so then we can just do, yeah. So I think my plan is to do this. Yeah, to do remove this, and then just to do remove the stuff. Right, just to make sure that I remember. We have two to-dos. Well, has custom update should probably turn that on. Just up here, has custom update is equal to true. So we can get rid of that immediately. But then there's an animation player. So var anim player is equal to find node animation player. I think that's fair. And so what does find node, what does this do? It gives you a node. What happens if it doesn't find one? That doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. So how did I do expressions? Set expression. Oh, hello, Rogue Ren or Ren. I saw something was done on the GitHub. This is true. There's actually been a decent amount of activity, even though I was preoccupied with other tasks. Since, you know, someone else was interested in the project and decided to contribute. The dream for the project to become self-sustaining. Someone committed a few things. Yes. So I'm just trying to clean up a bunch of stuff since way overdue, and also there's been a lot of updates to the VRM loading specifically. So I'm trying to use their new stuff. And also when I talked with them, apparently I'd accidentally duplicated a lot of code that they already do for me. So it's a good exercise re-implementing everything, but I think their stuff is a bit more accurate than mine. So I'm trying to, I suppose it's not reverse engineer. I'm trying to I guess it is. It's not really jury rigging. We'll call it jury rigging it into the existing application. I hope you're annoying to have stuff running twice. Yeah. It probably contributes to how slow VRM models load in. That's for sure. VRM mappings, expression, VRM mappings. What are VRM mappings? VRM map. Who wrote this? VRM mappings? How does this work? How did I write this before? I'm looking at this again like a month later, and it's just absolutely blowing my mind. How hard would it be to have an option to set a default directory OpenCPSGD opens from? So by default, it opens in the directory above its execution directory. So it opens in the folder outside of its current folder. So to have it open in a folder, in a different folder, actually, let me check. I don't think it's very difficult. You know, we can pivot really, really quickly and see how easy that is to do. I'm pretty sure it's really easy though. And, you know, yada yada, famous last words. As the famous quote goes, we do these things not because they are easy, or not because they are hard, but because we thought they would be easy. Something like that. I forget. I completely butchered it. But the vibe was there. Load model, button press. Model selection. Yeah, it is the model selection stuff. Oh, that's good. Current directory. I think I set the current directory. Yeah, I keep all my VRM stuff in documents, VRM, but it always opens in my home directory, so it's annoying to navigate every time. That's probably fair. Yeah, it was pretty low priority, since most people don't really load VRM models too often. Well, let me see. Model, display, selection pop-up. How did I do this? It's a current directory, and then it takes... Add child, pop up, and then it just pops up. Well, I think the hardest part about this is that I would need to add a field to like define the default, the default open directory. Given how I rebuild this every time there's a new update, I have to reload I mod every time. You know what? That's that's fair. That's fair. You know what? Let's pivot really quickly and we can add that. Let's add the 2 things you were asking for really quick. I think that'll be as they say, it's a quick win, or is it? Yeah, quick wins, as they say in the business. Because this VRM stuff is gonna kill me. Because it's like I've duplicated some stuff, but there is some other things that I still need to manually pull out of their data, since their the VRM loading solution I'm using was made for like VR chat style applications, not for face tracking. Git status, git commit. What are we gonna call it? Starts. It's not retrofitting. What's the term? Starts. We're not retrofitting it. This because this is just the new stuff. So retrofitting implies that we're changing old stuff to become new. But no. This is the same stuff that has been completely replaced. So this is start replacing Godot VRM with updated files. Alright, let's push this. Push you, origin, update. Oh, I just got the new Pop! OS 2104 update. Didn't that come out a little while ago? Or it was the last one, like 20.04. It also somehow updated KDE Plasma to the current version. No idea how that happened, but I'll take it. So probably, assuming that Pop! OS is using, like, you got your KDE desktop environment from the Pop! OS repositories. When it does a full upgrade, it usually just does a general just upgrade of everything, right? So it tries to upgrade everything in place as best it can from whatever you have in your default repositories. Which is actually annoying in my opinion, but because it tends to break a lot of software. Nope, I got it from the default Ubuntu repo. Pop uses GNOME. Oh, that's weird. I have no idea. If you didn't get it from the default, and also if you didn't update your Ubuntu repos, yeah, I have no idea. That's weird. I would need to, you would need to do some digging if you really wanted to find out. It's a bit strange though. If Pop doesn't provide KDE, but it still updated your KDE to the latest version, you know, it's all a mystery. Git check out. Let's see. I don't know. Small. Wait, no. My brain is not working today. I've been very tired all day. The only thing, it's not slice of life, it's quality of life. Yes, quality of life improvements. QOL. There we go. Oh, just reload it. Dun dun dun. No idea if I have all the new features I've been wanting. Oh baby, is it everything you hoped for and more? So app setting. All right, you know what? We're gonna just throw all this stuff for now into app settings view while I figure out what exactly I want to put into this, or where exactly I want to store all this stuff. I believe. Oh no. Oh, this is fine. I'll need to. This is fine. Let's get this stuff out of here. This is app settings view. And this is the file that you're going to be changing. And we're like, oh cool, I can do this thing now. Nice. Imagine needing to use a GUI. I miss using GUIs on Linux machines. Although I remember I really do not like GNOME. I feel like GNOME is just kind of weird. It's like, it feels like it wants to be like Mac, but like not really. I remember liking like a really old version of GNOME though. Wish I could remember which one it was. So setup elapsed. Yeah, let's just add some really quick things. So it's creates, what is it? It's create elements. Yeah, so like this is all like kind of debug stuff for now. While I figure out where or how I want to exactly refactor the UI. Pop has modified GNOME into what they call Cosmic. Oh, so it's not even GNOME anymore? That sounds horrible. I shouldn't be trashing GNOME since GNOME is my company's recommended desktop environment, but yeah. Alright. So let's make this a label. Let's make this debug options. Or it's not really debug options, it's like QOL. Let's make it QOL. That's good. It's just a modified GNOME. Not too much different other than a few aesthetics. Okay. Not familiar. Probably never will be. Once I get around to building a new rig, aka I finally stop using a laptop for everything and I actually get a desktop computer. It's probably either gonna run XFCE4 or what's the word? i3. So kind of either the Windows XP basically desktop environment or the hey look at me I like to imagine I'm a hacker environment. Let's see, how do I generate an input? These are all toggles. I just need to see how I did this before. As it's been a little bit since I've looked at this. They do have a tiling mode built in though, but it's not, it gives you the choice. No, I do not want to give myself the choice. I know me, and if I know me, I know that I will absolutely try to take the easy way out. Alright, so this is an input. We'll call this default file path. And then we can store this somewhere. Default load path. Yeah, we'll call this default load path. It's kind of gross, but don't think about it too hard. And then we'll call this like a type string. I like a GUI. I think GUIs are nice if you are. There's like 2 instances where a GUI is nice, 3 instances where a GUI is nice, but I won't mention one of them because one of them is a bit insulting. But the 2 instances where I think a GUI is nice is one, if you are not an expert, and well, I shouldn't say an expert, if you aren't comfortable with a thing, then a GUI is nice because it gives you time to just kind of like randomly poke around and try to figure out what exactly you're doing. So like, don't get me wrong, I've used plenty of GUIs in my time. Like when I'm working with databases, I strongly prefer using a GUI. What is the, it's like checkbox, yeah. And then the second instance is when you're working with like very visual stuff. So like if you're working with, you're trying, like something like Excel, right? Like Excel must have a GUI because it's very visual, it's a spreadsheet. And then the third one I will not mention. I tried to test Cosmic this morning, was like, nah, just give me KDE back after only a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, that is also another thing. It's like whatever you're used to, you'll naturally gravitate towards. So I get it. You know? I grew up on Windows XP, which is why I like XFCE4. Because it looks and feels just like Windows XP. Big fan. This will be... So Rogue Run, the other thing you were asking for was ability to turn off eye tracking, something like that, right? So, should eye track? Yes, alright, so we can do that. Should eye track. So we'll default it to true, and then you'll just have to turn it off. Because I prefer having it be true. And this doesn't need a type. There we go. So I think this'll be really quick because it's just kind of like slapped into here, but it should suffice for now for whatever you, I guess, want to do. And then it will probably, hopefully, get refactored later once I redo the GUI one last time. I think the GUI is still a little too hard-coded to each view, so it's making it hard to share data. Alright, so on apply button pressed. How does this work? Trigger button remap. It's just like apply properties, right? That's what I did for feature view. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, talking more about things that you're used to, right? When I started using Linux, I used it pretty much entirely from the command line, so that's why I kind of like command line tools more, especially for Linux. Windows is a bit hard to use entirely from the command line, and Mac I don't really have an excuse for it. I think the Mac's GUI is just really good. It's really slick. It's a bit, it holds your hand a bit too much, but so it goes. So for C in left container dot get inner children. If C is centered label, just continue. Mac is doable from CLI, but it's really made for a GUI. Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. And the GUI is nice. Just requires a few too many mouse clicks for too many things, right? So like, I think the biggest thing I don't like about Macs is that it doesn't allow you to just execute files that you download from the internet, which is understandable, right, given the target audience. But I wish they just had a developer mode. And maybe I've missed something and there is a developer mode. And so just trust me, I know what I'm doing. I would like to break my machine, please. That's what I like about Linux. It's just like, Linux is like, you do you. We'll give you full control if you have sudo access. And you know what? My man, I'm in. Alright, so we want to match c.name. So, okay, so this is why I really like the GUI system I kind of wrote for this. I mean, it's ugly, but also very functional. Like it just kind of works because the API is very simple. Everything has a name, everything has a value, and that's it. If there's a dev mode, it'll cost $40. Oof. And you know what? I would probably pay for it. That's the sad part. I would probably pay for it if there was a dev mode on Mac. Alright, so what are we doing with these? We can just throw these into... Where do I want to store these? So I need to okay, so this is why the GUI needs to be refactored, is that we're contaminating several views. So each view was meant to be self-contained, but actually these two settings will actually contaminate the model view, which means I need the transfer layer. So we can do everything through App Manager, I think. So App Manager. I really don't like how I keep using App Manager for everything, but that's fine. Actually, Base View, hold on. Base View has a handle onto the main screen. Okay. Main screen. From main screen, we have, hold on. What does it look like? I wrote the thing, but I've already forgotten. Identifier import VRM is not a valid type. Oof. Hold on. Did we not? Hey. What? This is a valid type. What are you talking about? Huh? What? Bring me back. What the heck? This is true. Excuse me? What? Alright, now is equal to import. Hold on. Hold on. This happens sometimes. We can fix it. We can fix it. Import VRM. Save. Let error out. Import VRM. Is this what I called it? Import uppercase VRM. There we go. Then, model display screen. Send me back. Load this back in, please. Okay. Hydrate? Alright, we can hydrate. Let's drink another 200 milliliters of water, so we're at 700. Or, if you want to use imperial units, 24 to 16 ounces. How much is an ounce? Here we go. Not nearly as impactful as watching a duck drink water, but I think if I was ever on a quiz show, one of the biggest reasons why I would fail out of it is probably doing anything with the imperial system of measurement. I just started only using milliliters for measuring liquids a few years ago. So much easier. It is so much easier to convert. I don't understand why people like using imperial. I feel like most people are just using imperial at this point because everyone else is stuck using imperial. But on the other hand, I do know how much a gallon is. I'm not too sure. Like this is, I have a liter. Yes, but how much is a gallon 2 liters? I can convert pretty easily between kilometers or kilometers and miles, but that's about it. Alright, so this should work, right? Boom, boom, boom. App settings. Oh, no. Hello? Did I not save this? Huh? Wait a minute. Am I changing the wrong thing? App settings view. Is this not loading in? Hold on. Setup left. Setup. I don't need to manually call the setup thing. Do I? Yeah, I don't need to manually call setup. That's already handled by base view. Base view calls setup. Setup calls these functions and gets your config. A gallon is a little less than 2 liters. I think it's 1.6 liters. Ugh. Darn you, Imperial system. Yeah. The conversion I always just remember is a 5K is 3.106 miles. And then I just kind of extrapolate off of that for everything else. Huh. So this should have worked. Generate bone last. Add to inner. Did I not? Oh, I created them, but I didn't add to inner. Left container, add to inner. Every programmer's downfall is writing a feature but then not actually putting it in. There we go. So default load path, blah, blah, blah. So we just want to see how it looks. Get a feel for it, you know what I'm saying? So we load everything in, bum, bum, bum. Default load path should track I, not should I track, should track I. Did I? Okay, I messed it up twice. I've been in this position before. So like when I was creating my password at work, I actually typed in, I had a different password in mind. I even wrote it down, but I typed it incorrectly twice. So on the first day at work, I was locked out of my computer when we were, creating the company accounts. Imperial made sense before we had standardized measurements. 1 foot is roughly blank from elbow to wrist, for example. Yeah. Or just like how in the UK they still measure weight by stones. I get it. I get it. But talking about having standardized measurements for things, right? My favorite one for, I guess just like things you use for measurement is in Chinese and also by extension Japanese. The word for, well, I guess in Chinese it's the word for very or like too much. Or I guess just big in general. And in Japanese it's the character for thick as in like a thick rod or a thick pencil. The character looks like it's the character for a person with a little ding-a-ling below him. I don't really know how that's related to imperial units, but you know, it's more related to like before we had a standardized system of measurement. The best system of measurement was the male productive organ, 100%. As immortalized by the Chinese and Japanese writing system. Something peen joke. This is true, but it's like also not a joke. I believe that's actually the history behind it. Or that's at least what my dad has told me, who knows a bit more about all that kind of stuff. And then after I made the connection, I was just like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Especially in Japanese. I think in Chinese it's just a general big, but in Japanese it's thick, as in girth. So it's really helped me when I'm reading. And I was like, oh. See the character and you know. It's thick. It's girthy. Yeah, so let's do, okay, so default app manager. Or maybe model view. Okay, well. App settings. Yeah, let's just do this. This is easier. So, default load path. Some sort of string. Whoop. Alright, default load path is just / since that's, I believe that's actually what I'm loading too. We found ancient Greek that word, jokes. Humans have not changed. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Ancient Greek that were dick jokes. Insert photo of famous statue here with the small small wiener. He just came out of the pool, man. You wouldn't understand. Alright, so let's do this. Should track I. And then this is really easy, right? We just do app manager. Just throw everything here. Default load, default load path. And this one is app manager. I'm now realizing I have forgotten to add the right side of the expression. Is equal to c dot get value. C dot get value. That should work. Also, the oldest hieroglyphics we can translate roughly mean kids these days. Oh, that's pretty sick. That's actually pretty sick. What did it look like? Is it is it Ra shaking his fist at some kids to get off his lawn? I'd be really into that. Then in model view, or is it VRM model? Okay, so this is just eye tracking. So we get this stuff from interpolation data. So if I just don't send any interpolation data, it's roughly the same thing, because I don't want to kind of dirty this file too much. I suppose we're already dirtying the file a little bit, but hold on. This is all the input. We don't care about input. Update values, stored offsets. No idea, but yeah, thousands of years of technological advancement, we're basically just exactly the same. We're the magic boxes in our pockets. Ooh, baby. Well, you know what the aliens say. Humans will be humans. Hahaha. It is like fairly magical though, right? Like you have a fully functioning computer in your pocket, and it's actually more powerful than some laptops out there. So it is basically magic at this point. And unfortunately, there is a shortage of the critical magic component, silicon, along with just a shortage of everything else in the world. Weird how that all kind of happens all at once. Like it's not a train wreck, it's a snowball effect, yeah. Hey, Knock. How's it going? I'm very tired, actually. I'm very sleepy. I don't know why. Slept, actually. Slept during my lunch break, then took another cheeky nap afterwards. And now I'm here. Basically working on this so I don't fall back asleep. I don't know why. But yeah. How are you? And we are talking about having magic boxes in our pockets, and I will not elaborate further. I will allow you to figure out what I'm talking about. Now, is it a dick joke, or are we talking about smartphones? Or is it both? Alright, here we go. I've recently discovered this pattern, which is instead of using, I guess, booleans for your inputs, what if we instead use ones and zeros? So then you don't have to branch, you just multiply. Oh baby. You have the entirety of collected total knowledge of human knowledge at your fingertips. We have used that to become anime. So sorry, Well, if you subscribe to certain theories about technological advancement, right? It's there's one that says that like the more advanced a civilization gets, the more like digitized they get as well, right? And then they they willingly basically insert themselves into the Matrix, right? Because it's a utopia as opposed to having to live in reality, which is suffering. And so, and thus they compress themselves more and more so they can hold more people, but then they also just get smaller by value of compression. And so that's why we haven't found any civilizations, because they have just stored themselves as data and are living in their own little utopia ships floating around the universe. So you're saying everyone will become anime, possibly. You can become the anime girl of your dreams if you so desire. You just need to wait a few million years for the technology to really catch up. Yeah, so this is going to be a boolean, and then we can just do if c.getValue to app manager should I track, or it should track I, is equal to 1, else whatever this is, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Should I track, it's a float, not a boolean, oh baby. And then this one, this is a good one. Do this. Times app manager should I track. Look at this. He's learning. Oh, what? Don't do that. App manager should I track. Never heard that one, but I heard of the one that the more advanced humanity becomes, the more likely we'll destroy ourselves. Oh yeah, that's the obvious one. That's the one for normies. Of course. You gotta get into the real hipster theories out there. I only subscribe to farm-raised isolation theories. Self-destruction is so last decade. But yeah, I think it's the great filter, we'll eventually destroy ourselves. That's true. Or I don't know if that's true, but that is a common one, and it does make sense at some point. The biggest question is when, but when or if. This is model view, and then we'll do model selection pop-up. Model selection pop-up. Okay, hold on. Go back here. current. Oh, current directory. Current directory. Current directory. I think it's current directory. Current dir is app manager. What did I call it? Default load path. There we go. Alright, so let's try it. Let's just send it. See if it works. We're saving scene. Takes a little bit. That's not exactly what the Great Failure idea says. Great Failure means there's some obstacle that blocks further progress. It's it being inevitable that we would destroy ourselves is one possible failure. Yeah, well, you know. I'm trying to... I'm balancing 3 things at the same time. Thank you. I'm programming. I'm trying to banter about astronomy whatevers, and then I'm literally balancing on one leg right now as well. So there's a lot of things going on. Default load path. I don't know. Good. Alright, well, I can probably balance without thinking, but I can do 2 of these 3 things well. So, you know, you have 3 options. 1, I can literally balance on one leg. I can program, or I can talk about whatever is being brought up in chat. Pick 2. And I'll try to do those 2 well. What if I just do C user? I don't even know what my username is. Hold on. Yeah, there's my name. Keep this one open. Then keep this one open. Alright, well, go to documents. Just please, path. What's the path? Please, I desire the path. Okay. You don't have to give me the path, that's fine. Alright, this should be fine. Copy. And then we do this. Ooh, didn't work. Was that the wrong path? Does this need like a Windows style path? Default load path. What's a Windows style path? Windows is like backslashes, which means I need to go through here. Alright, so we'll go through this stuff. Yeah. No, okay. So how do I customize which path is opened? Oh, thank you, work. They pained me. I need to update my skills. I'm not skillful enough for them, apparently. Please. Which is, I don't know, I find it's kind of a weird thing to do. It's like, please evaluate yourself. It's alright, well, let's see. And I think actually for the past few years I've been working at my current job, I've actually been short selling myself. Or selling myself short. Or is it selling yourself short, or is it short selling yourself? I've never really thought about it, but I've used both phrases before, but I'm now thinking, is it short selling or is it selling yourself short? Do they refer to the same thing? Like, you can short a stock. Do you sell a stock short? Selling yourself short? Okay. Well, there we go. But yeah, but I've been selling myself short. Selling myself short by actually giving a realistic review of my skills. Whereas where I should have been doing is saying that I am competent at pretty much everything. And I only really realized that after I think my current people manager went on paternity leave. He was like, wait a minute. And then like the replacement was like, hey, Why don't you just like give yourselves 3s and everything? I'm like, should I do that? And he's like, yeah, why not? All right, well, there we go. You're not a stock last I checked. Well, depends. How much of me do you want to purchase, big boy? You know, if I had a voice changer and I was using a female model, that would actually be a little concerning. Okay, unsubbing now. That's okay, I still got your money. Got him. It's okay. I'll still be streaming here whenever you decide to come back. You'll come back. You always come back. Alright, so this is... What is this happening? Hold on. Pop up. Current directory. It's not displaying... Huh? It's saying it's... Actually, no. It's displaying... Oh, is it because of this thing? So we go to... Where is it? It's this thing. Right, base file pop-up. Let's see. So this is the reason why. I think this was working before. Or this would have worked before, but now... yeah, I should do this. It's just this part. Oh. This part. So I believe this should work now. Probably. And then I think it'll work for both file path types. So if I pass in a Unix type path, Godot should auto-convert it. Probably. So we load model. Nope. Did not auto-convert. That's good to know. So on Windows, I think you need to provide a Windows path. Probably. Oh wait, no, I didn't do it. Apply properties. Now we load it. No. Maybe Windows needs a Windows path. Apply properties. Huh. So is it not able to find the stuff? Also, check it out. I play RuneScape. Haven't played RuneScape in a little bit though, so I don't feel bad about that. Yeah. What's up with this? So this is correct. This is the correct path. Does it need an extra thing on the back of it? No. We go into remote. We can take a look at this pop-up. Current directory. No errors. File selected. Set file to load file path, which is on file selected. And then we're also overwriting this, so this doesn't matter. All right, hold on. Let's do a few things. And by a few things, I mean one thing, which is yield get tree idle frame. It's not really a hack, but it's not the cleanest way of doing it. Send it. Apply properties. Okay, so let's take a look at the app manager. Hopefully we have the correct thing. Default load, okay. Default load path. So it is actually setting it to the correct default load path. So app manager, we should do this. Boom. Model view. If default load or app manager dot default load path is empty, or if not is empty, then we should set it. So it doesn't look like we're actually setting anything here. So apply properties. We should be auto. Oh, because I didn't. Yet again, been burned by the fact that I didn't actually implement the function, or I didn't actually hook up the function. So there we go. This should work. This should work. Not a big fan of pressing Control Insert, so I always do it this way. Boom. That's wrong. Alright, let's try the Windows path. And then I think it should just automatically convert it. Wait a minute. Huh? What? So it's working. Interesting. So you need to... I think I get what it's doing. Is that it's... If you don't provide a full path, it will... Or if you don't provide a folder path, it will give you the nearest folder path, which is documents. But if I want it to be placed inside of documents Alicia, I need to provide a full folder path. That's a bit weird. I feel like if you provide a folder path, it should just place you inside the folder. So what happens if I do this, right? So is that the reason why this? Oh, jeez. Is that the reason why this didn't work? So I go here. Boom. Apply properties. / Nope. Was it unable to find it? Alicia. Apply properties. Load. Nope. This one does need a. It does need a. Whatchamacallit. A Windows path, or it needs whatever your local file system path looks like. Okay, interesting. Interesting. But yeah, I think this should work on Linux. I don't have anything that tests on Linux, unfortunately. But this should work on Linux, but you do need to provide the last / if you want to have like the path open. And then I suppose the last part is like saving this. So does this work with modified paths? It does work with modified paths, so you just need to... Oh, you know what? Because it works with modified paths. And I don't need to worry about whether or not we're on Windows or not. We can do this. App settings view. We can check for if the path has a / on the end of it or not. So we can do... How do you get the last character? If app manager default load path ends with, or not, we can do not ends with, not ends with / then, or no, we should do c.getValue, c.get. Oh, but get value is a getter, so which means you can't set anything from it. That's fine. Let's just keep it like this. So we change it for you implicitly, more or less. I think. Or no. We should change it here in model view, right? So var load path. Let's go to app manager default load path. Right, and then if load path, if not, load path ends with / then load path plus equals just one of these, and then that should work. And then the last thing I need to do is saving this to a file, which is also another thing that needs to change in the future. Didn't appear to work. Oh, it's because I'm not using the load path. Haha. There we go. Now it should work. Apply properties, load, there we go. Looks good. Now let's save everything and then we can open a PR just for tracking purposes and I'll merge it straight to master and then we should be good to go. Did I mention that we need to save it? I think I did. So we save and then we load. I think the saving and loading thing is also fine, more or less. Oh, but we do need to do like more complicated setup logic. So we have, let's see, return, let's see, it's called a QOL. We'll just call it QOL, just make it really easy. This will be default load path is equal to, oh geez, yeah, no, that's why I don't do it like this. Okay, I remember now. Var result dictionary is equal to so we return this now. Let's do result QOL is equal to an empty dictionary for C in a left container. Get inner children. If C is input label. Well, no. If C is center label, then we just continue, aka skip. Else, we do a match on C.name. So it's the same thing, same logic as here. Default load path, do a thing, or should track I, and then do a thing. And so here it's well, actually no. We just need to do this, which is result QOL C.name is equal to C.getValue. Look at that. Keep it simple on the view side, at least on the serialization. It's not really serialization since it's serializing to a marshal. What's the word for something that is able to be marshaled? Marshable? To a marshable format. And then when we load, we just need to have, so it's set up. Okay, so it's set up from the config. So we can do set up right. Generate properties. How does generate properties use the initial data source? Okay, so there should be like it's like config dot get, right? Yeah. Config dot get default load path. Otherwise, this one. Yeah, look at that. He's learning. After seeing other people's code and realizing how much better it could be. Alright, cool. So let's grab this path one more time. And then the hope here is that we'll be able to save. So we apply properties, load model, see that we do that, close, bring it back. App settings, and we didn't load. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's QOL. Yeah. Hold on. That's actually kind of tough. It's actually kind of tough. How did I do it for feature view? So there are no initial. Oh, geez. So I know why it didn't work. It's because it's behind a QOL. Let's do this. So var default load path. I don't think this is shadowing anything, right? That's fine. Default load path is equal to this. Should track I is equal to true, and then if not config empty, there we go. Then we do default. Well, I suppose we don't need this anymore, since we're just setting defaults, right? Default load path is equal to config dot. Well, okay, so if config has QOL, this needs to be refactored in the future, by the way. QOL dot get default load path. We'll initialize to one of those, something like this, and then this will be should track I, and then this will default to true. And then instead of using this raw get here, we'll just use these defaults. Look at that, it's beautiful. Ignore the fact that I feel like these names, QOL should probably be listed as a constant at the very top, but you're not coming here for good programming standards. You're coming here because I, more or less, get the job done. Whether or not my sanity remains intact at the very end, that's not the question. Oh, please. Not like this. Oh, did something break? Oh. Input element value. Oh. So it was serialized as the wrong thing, probably? Hold on. Let's go back. Default load path get. Which thing did it break on? Let's go back. Which thing did it explicitly break on? So let's see. Create element type 2, default load path, element value. Oh, it's because it's not loading in an element value. Wait a minute. What? All right, hold on. Let's fix it really quick. Instead of deleting my entire file, oh please. Should track I. Okay, hold on. Instead of actually fixing it, let's just do this. And hopefully we can save a better value this time. So that's all correct. Grab this path, throw it into here, apply properties so that we save, and then we can demonstrate, yep, that all looks good. And then we go back to here, boom, boom, load it in, and then hopefully we should be able to load in our old file. All right, that makes sense. Maybe. And there's no element value though. That's the weird part. Oh, wait a minute. It's because of this. It's this part. So it's not getting the QOL because we're not able to save, I suppose? Alright. So hold on. Do this. We see that we load incorrectly. Close it, open it back up. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's not gonna load it back in. So then we need to take a look at our export file. appconfig.json. Oh no, my JSON file. Then we look at jsonbeautifier.org. Slap this over here. It's very slow. Look at that. Okay. So we're looking for the duck. So don't look at this. Duck. Alright, don't look at feature view. Don't look at model view. Don't look at post view. Don't look at preset view. Oh. There's no app settings. So the reason why there are no app settings is because could be a few things. Something in GUI layer. Ignore that. So it's on. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Model, pose, feature, app settings. What's the other view? Aren't there? There's 5 views, right? Feature view. No. Preset view. Oh, it's what? Why am I not saving preset? Does presets not get saved anywhere? No, it's, I don't remember how this works, but I think I'll need to investigate that later. That's what a pain. Don't throw all that stuff in there. Not the export. We want this one. Boom. Apply properties. Load model. Demonstrate. Yep, that works. Close. Open. Check it out. I can tell you that this is incorrect. What happens if we load it? Oh, okay. So it just gives us a default path. If you pass in garbage, it just gives you the default path. So that's good to know. It works, or at least if you pass in a bad path, I don't need to do any like input validation on that. It will fix itself automatically. So why did it pass in true? Default load path. Default load path, yes. c.getValue. Default load path, show track I. Yeah, these are all correct. So why did it create elements with the wrong value? Should track I should be. How is it true? That's the part that is kind of confusing me here. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Forgot. In debug mode, you can press escape. Just eats the entire program. So, you know, as working as expected. Working as designed, maybe not as expected. JSON beautifier. Oh, well, let's go back to the beautifier. Send me. Close this one. Duck app settings view. Yeah, so that is the correct path. I'm not crazy, but it's placing the wrong values into there. So left container, add to inner, default load path, default load path, default. Oh, it's this one. I forgot to change the variable. This makes sense. So okay, not crazy. I'm just dumb. He's done it. So load model. Nope. Oh, it's still. This is correct. Apply properties. It's a bit weird. I'm thinking. Let's do app manager. Default load path is equal to default load path. App manager should track I is equal to should track I. All right, so that should work now. So now it no longer requires a single button input. You can just do load file, and then there we go. Should work. And then let's turn off this one. Say goodbye, me. Say goodbye. Isn't that the same thing? What do you mean isn't? I wasn't looking at chat. I was too busy trying to puzzle things out. Trying to puzzle things out. It's possible it's the same thing. I'm gonna continue talking and hope that you mention which line you're referring to. Oh. Should track I. Where? Hi. Hello. How are you, dancing monkey? Usually there's something on screen, like a duck. A face track duck looking at you, but I am currently testing a few changes in real time, so hold on. I have a null pointer error though. It should track I, not I track. Track I. Should track I. Alright, so now we should be able to go. Remember to force quit this really only happens. I thought I clicked on OBS there. Only happens when we crash. I'm fine, thank you for asking. Oh, you're welcome. You are very welcome. There we go. So actually, this doesn't have any effect on this model. Well, let's load in this one. Please load. Oh baby, neck is broken by the way. It's a bit weird how this isn't working right now. So set as default, and then let's reload. So we should load in with this one. There we go. Looking real good. My my deep voice. Oh geez. Hello. I am now an anime girl. How are you doing? So let's map. I think it's not mapping everything correctly now. So let's just turn on everything. Neck. We don't like propagate a million errors. There we go. And then the second thing was should I track or not? Looks nice. IK seems to break when you edit the model pose. Yeah, the IK is like super broken right now. It needs to be removed. Since it like no longer works correctly. And I've now have a way to just auto A pose. So let's test this part. Should I track? Yeah, there we go. Look. And it uses my better solution. So we no longer do a true false check. Now we just multiply by either 1 or 0. Oh baby. So I think this should fix whatever problems you were having, Rogran. As they say, it's a quick win. It only took me an hour and a half. Well, I suppose not an hour. It's not an hour and a half, probably closer to an hour. But I don't remember. I think these are still local to each model though. So I still need to think about that. And then we can turn it back on just like that. Oh, and the model load path actually resets. You know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Since the app settings thing is actually local to each model, that feels a little bad. But for now, we'll keep it like that because I am going to redo how app settings are loaded in the future. Yeah, but let's send it. Feels good. Maybe not. Don't send this one. Yeah, send this one. Git status. Ooh, I've changed a lot of stuff here. That's fine. Git diff project Godot. I think this is fine. Just add, I don't know. I mean, all the tests pass, so like, even though there's only like 2 tests. Let's slap on the interpolation. So you might be able to have a usable version for general use. Yeah. Blinks on mouth interpolation. That's gonna be a bit tough, I think. Let me think. Yeah, so let's stop the face tracker and, well, one thing. I feel like I should do this every time, but I don't actually do it every time. Well, let's export. Ooh. It takes forever to export, by the way. Could also kind of hear like things breaking in the background. Interpolation. That's why you're the smart one building on it finds a way to break it. Well, it's good, you know? There's a lot of things I wouldn't think of. Ooh, jeez. So hold on. Now we've just completely broken it. I think having testers is always a good thing. It's never a negative. Because of course users will find a way to break everything you build immediately. QA is crucial. Alright, let's see. So app user data. Why am I not able to open it? Let's see. Translation manager is in global scope. Error. Where? Alright, so 32. App manager 32. Oh, did I forget to do this? Do this one. Let's see. There's a few things that I do in this for like my personal use. So feature view, this one. Pretty much all the views should just be included. Let's not make this too complicated. Just, I don't know, add all the tests, why not? Transformation manager, export project, look at that. Idiot proof test. This music is nice? Oh, I'm glad you mentioned it, because I wrote this music. You can find this stuff all on my my SoundCloud, which is down in my description. But this music is not open source, unlike my software. So I do want to go back to it at some point and actually create something. But if you just want to listen to it, you can peep the tunes, etc., etc. Is that what the kids say nowadays, peeping the tunes? Alright, so start the face tracker. Ah, jeez. And then we can turn off eye tracking, so now your eyes just kind of rotate back to 0. Yeah, look at that. It works. And we can call this more or less done. I think I'm just gonna keep this in the corner. So yeah, I guess I'll push it to a branch and then just immediately merge it to master. Git commit, add small, thanks for the follow, Dancing Monkey. Add small QL stuff for run. Git push to origin. Congratulations, you have now been immortalized in the commit history. And I'll git clone and build my Linux version. Exactly. I would do it, but I don't trust my computer to be strong enough or stable enough to do everything, unfortunately. And then we'll get back to the fun part, aka the not fun part, which is trying to update all the VRM stuff to the latest version. So add small QL stuff per run. There we go. So I guess do keep in mind that this stuff is probably going to be changing in the future. Once I actually get around to filling out the last view. So I just put this stuff there because it was easy. Yeah, but I think it works. I don't know. Just send it. There we go. Delete branch. And there it is. Just like that. And they say software development was hard. It only took me an hour and a half. Git status, we're good. Git checkout master and git pull. And then we'll do git branch, delete. I think it was small. I keep spelling small with an O. Hello, tuned on notifications for the repo. I'm super excited about this project. Oh baby. Then do I have news for you? Which is the sooner I can get this entire project to a 1.0, aka everything's stable, everything is implemented. I do have some people lined up. I say some people, but they reached out to me. So they want to help with the project and make it like a full body tracker, and they have some ideas for doing that. But that does require some pretty significant rewrites. But I think it's a good idea though, because I do want to add like hand tracking, expression stuff, and then also just add in like the ability to use your phone as a tracking source as opposed to just your webcam. I think that would be really cool. But I'm trying to keep the scope pretty limited right now, so I can actually, finish this. Otherwise, the amount of things I would have to do would just grow exponentially, because there's a lot of things that would be nice to have, So let's see. We're doing things with VRM stuff. Okay, so get rid of everything here. Boom, boom, boom. VRM mappings. We don't actually need every single VRM mapping here. We do need VRM expression, which I have on my other monitor here. And so this is the big thing. Hand tracking is tricky, but if you could add support for the version 2 SDK Elite Motion and for Intel RealSense cameras, it could be done. No, there's a few other ways you can do hand tracking, and they both involve running additional Python programs on your machine. So I think that's kind of what I'm looking at right now for hand tracking is like, there's Python libraries to do it. So you would never need an additional piece of hardware, which is really cool. Or I guess the only additional piece of hardware you would need is a webcam. But other than that, it's good. But yeah, this is the harder part I need to work on here. So so everything can be done, I think, from the animation player. But this is like specifically what I need. So I need to pull everything in. I need to pull everything in. So previously I had patched in the VRM stuff, like my own custom code. So like everything that's highlighted on the right here is my custom stuff. So this one, VRM mappings, I create it, create all this, and then just store it. And so all of this stuff is not necessary. It's just because I'm dumb. This one is still very necessary. So one, the bone list is already provided for me, don't need that. But the expression mappings and the expression data is still, I can't use the animation player because the animation player really only supports one animation to be played at once. If you want to play multiple animations at once, you need to use like a blend tree. But it's really hard to build a blend tree dynamically. Because everything can, or not everything, but more or less everything can blend into each other, right? Because I believe like eye data, mouth data, and like smiling data, whatever, all that stuff can blend with, well, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but this is the approach I want to take. Yeah, it's blend. Yeah, it's blend shapes, but animation players only allow you to play one blend shape at a time, unless you blend them, but not everything should be blended. Blah, blah, blah. It's tough. So it's hard to figure out from there. So let's see, I'm gonna keep this on screen for now. We can zoom in, just so it's really easy to see for the presentation factor. Fast tracking from a phone is an app on iPhone X and newer. 3D cameras, yeah. I've deferred to other people for that kind of stuff. I believe they're using like the data format that they want to build into this application is like the VMC format, and then translate it to like BVH, so that we can then hook in pretty much any tracking software. So that would be cool. I just I need to get this working first. So once it's working for OpenCFace, we can do anything else after that. So they would take care of like the technical stuff, and then I would just need to handle creating the in-between layer to receive their data. And then, you know, the tracking takes care of itself. So VRM mappings. How do I load in? Yeah, I think this project has actually come up pretty far, considering that it's solo. It's been solo for most of it. So let's see. You know what? Drink is empty. I'll be right back. I also need to use the restroom. BRB. Hello. Uh-oh. Small bug. Settings in the app settings menu are duplicated. Ooh. So what do you mean they're duplicated? Are they... Is it just like the same settings twice? They're there twice. Does it still work? Does it still work? Well, does it work? Okay, have I made any changes to this? I have not. Alright, let's go back. We're gonna check out master. Same settings twice. So you have two of these settings. You have default load path and should track I. Well, I think unfortunately I'm not able to reproduce. Well, not able to reproduce that error. I'm pretty sure I'm able to reproduce, but I'm not. Haven't actually tried it out yet. But I'm not able to reproduce that error. I always thought it was really funny when I'm talking to Kiwei at work. They're like, "We're not able to reproduce," and they're like, "Got him." Anyways, I've fallen for the same trick though. So, eggs on my face. I suppose something that wouldn't happen if I wasn't able to reproduce. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So you have these two settings twice. Does it still work? I'm assuming it would still work. It's just a little weird. But let me know if it doesn't work. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what the impact of having them twice is. Like, it would just try to set the values twice, and as long as the names are correct, it shouldn't really matter. They still work though. IK breaks as soon as you hit apply properties. Yeah, so what I would do, right, so we're no longer using IK. I actually need to take out these options. So I don't want to use IK anymore. Until I get back to like hand tracking, and then I'll probably need to look into a custom IK solution. So if you have any IK things here, you should remove those. Yeah, that's pretty much the fix, and I will get around to just removing those at some point. I have nothing. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So let's do this really quick then. Let's do this really quick. Let's check out master. So we can take out that stuff. That's not hard to do. So in model display screen, we just take out all the IK stuff. Alright, so this is all IK. Goodbye. Say goodbye. And then IK. Not really. Are you getting any errors? My body no longer moves, but the head still moves. Okay, so that's a known bug. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So you go to model, and then you just need to select, find your hips, your spine, and your neck. If you're using a Vroid Studio model, it should, I guess they should be listed as something close to those. But yeah, we can take out the IK stuff, so it's no longer as confusing. Then we take out all the IK cube stuff. Look how clean it is. We took out, not sure how many options we took out, but it's we found them. Oh baby, let me know if they work. They should. So I think I can take out most of these and we'll still be good. Then IK stuff, let's see, that's in pose view. So we can just take out all the IK stuff and it won't have any effect. IK input, get out of here. Should move. Yeah, we can get rid of all this gross IK stuff as well. So this is fine. That did it. He's done it. So I think you should be good. You should be, I was gonna say, you're not made whole. That's like the inner insurance person rearing its ugly head, but I think you should be good to go though, right? And then there's just the very last thing, which is the IK stuff. Okay, there we go. So no more IK cubes, none of that. Yeah. So we get rid of IK cube. We shouldn't see any errors, probably, maybe. My model outline still doesn't load, but I think that's an issue with the MTune port. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, does this model look correct? I'm not sure. Is this the correct outline, or is this not correct? I think that's still something. A lot of the VRM stuff I just need more input on. Yeah, that model doesn't have an outline at all. All right, well, I think there's a very slight outline. If I kind of look at the kind of hair and like the shoulder region, there's like a slight outline, but yeah. That's not really anything I can really solve though. Not right now. I would need to get a shader wizard to look at it. Shaders are just like a really weird area of programming because it's parallel programming, not I guess normal. I've done a very poor job of explaining my problems with this, but rest assured, it is difficult. Yeah, I don't know, just push. Or git, commit, add all, remove IK stuff to avoid confusion, and then just push it straight to master. Just really annoy everyone. And then git branch, git checkout, update Godot VRM, and then git rebase master. Mine does have a kind of thick outline to make it look more cartoony. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you can actually, yeah, if you could like document that and then list it, like add an issue onto the repository, like what it's supposed to look like and what it actually looks like, I can pass that on to the relevant people. Or actually, there's another repository. If you just want to send it directly to the right people, there's a Godot VRM. Yeah, open an issue on this repository. Well, actually, don't open issue yet, because I am updating the code. So it's possible that there is something with my code. So let's not do let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's possible it's still a problem with how I did a lot of this stuff. But yeah, if you can open issue and then, I think, yeah, open an issue on my repository, and that the issue still persists after I finish this update, and I'll pass it along. I think that's a good plan. Alright, so we are on the correct branch, yes. Okay, so VRM model. I think we no longer want to. We no longer want to do this. Right, and then I think also in feature view. Do I need to do the same thing here? Because I do handle some loading, but I don't remember which things I load. Where do I do the loading? Oh, geez. It's here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think I need to store VRM mappings on the app manager anymore. I think what we can do is do VRM mappings, or actually we'll just do VRM mappings is equal to, and we'll do it here. VRM mappings is equal to VRM mappings.new, and then what we need to do is generate all this stuff, or just these stuffs, from the animation player. So the animation player contains many animations. Many animations can actually be loaded by many animation players, but in this instance, I know for sure there's just the one, so it's a one-to-many relationship. And then each animation has many one-to-many animation tracks. So I need to grab some things. Track set path. Okay, so I need to get the track path. Anim track. Oh no. How do I grab the path? Reload. So this is animation. So add track type. Set path, anim track. So each, this is tough. So the easiest way would be to just create separate animation players for every single animation, or for every single blend shape, but there are like a lot of blend shapes. So there are this many blend shapes, so it's probably not a good idea to create a new animation player for every single one, but that would be the easiest way to do it. And I think also, instead of manually moving your eyes around, I should be using these look up, look left, whatevers. Because I think those actually do looking correctly, whereas I think on my current, whatever this current one is, right? Whenever I blink, you kind of see the eyes go a little cross-eyed because of how the tracking works. So let's see. That's tough. That's tough. Animation player, we don't need these parts. That's for sure. So these are the VRM mappings. All right, let's add a to-do. Java to-do. It's the to-do get expressions from anim player. We can replace all of this stuff though. So like a lot of the bone mappings, I believe that they're just set on like a meta thingy. I think the node is just called meta. So wait for it to load. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash trying to load everything in. Non-existent function. Where is it? Oh no. Non-existent function, get global bone pose without override. Oh, because this is set up to use the newer Godot version. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Because the newer Godot version, Godot 3.4, I'm actually using Godot 3.3, but The latest and greatest stuff is using Godot 3.4, I believe. Or 3.x, which is 3.4. I don't know. Want to see how long it'll take to build? Yeah. Building code, the stream. I think this is just Godot. Yeah, 3.x, so we'll hit them with a git pull. And we'll build it. Okay. Okay, done. Nice. So this is scones, platform, Windows. Hit it with a J2, just so we don't lose too much streaming capacity. Target, release, debug. So hopefully it didn't touch too many things, so this should be pretty quick. Hopefully. Oh no. I recognize some of these. Oh no. Yeah, this might take a little bit. This might take a little bit. But yeah. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Is it almost done? No. Probably not. Anyways, I'm out of time. So, thanks for tuning in. Well, if you want to see what I mean by outline, you can show it on stream. I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like. I can definitely like show. I actually no, I don't think I have your model anymore. I deleted it. But I'll be working on this tomorrow after I compile a new thing, and then the week after that, actually 2 weeks from now I'm moving, so I'm gonna be pretty busy in these interim periods. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out of time. I will be live tomorrow from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time working on this, hopefully with a newer build of Godot. So this should be mainline Godot, so you will no longer need to have my custom fork of it. You can just use whatever's on, whatever's released. Yeah, post an image, the issue report with the correct and incorrect renderings. Appreciate it. Yeah, so... yeah, I will see you all later. Remember to give me a follow on Twitch, follow on all the stuffs, Twitter, and I guess give stars on GitHub, but I guess you can follow if you want there as well. Join the Discord. Actually, yeah, I created a Discord just so like, I guess people who are interested parties who want to contribute can discuss things there. Since I didn't want to create a Libre node server. Because I'm not super familiar with IRC, so I'd rather not learn. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all later. Oh, and actually, there are people here. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna send you anywhere. I'm a tired boy, and I'm gonna wait for this to compile. So, see you later. 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow.